Hi everybody. We're starting out today sitting on your blanket or your block, seated meditation pose, remembering that your feet are free, your posture is straight, and you're rolling your pubic bone toward the end of the block or your blanket. Okay, hands at the thighs, good posture, close your eyes. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Breathing deep from the belly. Keep that good posture and just tilt the head to the side, rotating it down to the other side and back the other direction. Nice and slow, keep it going. And back to center. Pull the shoulders up on your inhale towards your ears. And exhale the shoulders back down. Inhale back up. And roll the shoulders back and down. One more full breath, inhaling, lifting. And exhaling down. Inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale through center. One more inhale all the way up. And exhale through center. Okay, go ahead and remove your blanket or your block, moving into child's pose. Knees apart, feet together. And shift from one side to the other. Loosening up the hips. And settle back into center. Roll up to your forearms. Moving through cat lift and cat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, cat. Continue those two poses. And bring it up to the palms, all fours, pushing into the palm of your hand. Continue those two poses, cat lift on the inhale and cat on the exhale. Roll the toes under, move to downward dog. Walk the dog. Hold in downward dog. Walk the feet to hands. Hang in ragdoll. Lower the hands to the mat, straightening the legs, flatten out the back, pull the chin and chest up, arms to your sides, inhale all the way up, and exhale through center. Good posture, arms down by your sides, inhale up, exhale through center. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, forward bend, keeping your back straight. Use your block here if you need it. Drop the head down. Your next inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plank. Shift forward to the toes. Your next exhale is hover. Inhale, down to the mat, lifting to Sphinx. And bring it down, pulling the hands back just a little bit, lifting to Cobra. And back down. Hands back further, lifting to upward dog. Pushing into the palms, lifting the thighs off the mat. Head back, shoulders down. Turn the feet over, downward dog. Bent down dog. Raise up to the toes. Lower to the heels. Take yourself through that cycle 2 more times. And walk feet to hands to ragdoll. Halfway up, forward bend, inhale all the way up, and exhale through center, inhale up, exhale center, inhale standing back bend, exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plank. Inhale, shift forward to the toes, drop down to hover. Your next inhale, either upward dog or Sphinx or Cobra, wherever you need to be. Curling the toes under, downward dog. This time walking the dog. Walk feet to hands. Hold in ragdoll. lift to halfway up. Forward bend. Inhale all the way up. Looking up to your hands, exhaling down through center. Inhale back up. Exhale to chair. Sink as low as you can. And fold to the mat. Straightening the legs. Walk it through the legs, bending one leg, straightening the other. Nice and slow. Keep the back straight. Hands on the block if you need to. And both legs straight. Halfway up. Plank. Shift forward to the toes. Drop to hover. Lower it down to Sphinx. On the forearms, chin and chest lift. And just look over to one side and then to the other. Continue looking side to side. Back to center. Coming down to the mat, push to upward dog. And downward dog. And we're going to bend the knees, just holding in that downward dog position. Just hold here, pushing pressure into the palms. Index finger is pushing into the ground. Just hold. And straighten the downward dog. Pulling your left foot to center, right leg comes up. Three-legged dog. Let the right leg bend over the left hip. Turn, looking under your right arm. Reach the right foot over. And back to center, switching legs. Left leg comes up. And bend that left knee. Turn, looking under your left arm. Back to down dog. Walk the dog. And take the right leg back up. Step it forward between the hands, collecting your blocks into your lunge. Chin and chest lift. And lower your back leg down. Shoulders down. Back up to that lunge. And leave your left hand down on the mat. Left hand stays down. Reach the right arm up. And twist. Remember, the twist comes more from your upper body, not the lower half. And bring it back down. Step back, downward dog. Bringing your left foot up. And bring it through. In between the hands to your lunge. Chin and chest lift, shoulders down. And lower down to the mat. Breathe deep. Bring it back up to the lunge. This time the right hand stays down. Keep it on your block if you need to. Open up with the left arm. And bring it back to the mat. And back to downward dog. Walk feet to hands, hang in ragdoll. Drop the hands to the mat, straighten the knees, forward bend, and lift halfway up. Back to forward bend. One more time, lift halfway up. And forward bend. Inhaling all the way up. And exhaling down to center. Inhale back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Shift forward to the toes. Lower to hover. Elbows into the rib cage. Lower it down. Upward dog. Down dog. Bring your left leg up. Swing it through to your lunge. Okay, this time instead of grabbing your blocks, you're rotating your back foot out and open and up into warrior one. Push through the fingers. You don't want loose arms. You want to extend through the arms. And warrior two. Sink deep into your poses. Make the muscles work. Push through the fingers, through the toes. Forearm to the thigh. So left forearm to left thigh. Extended side angle. Now stay here if you need to. If you need more, drop that hand down to the mat. And bring it back up, warrior two. Straighten both legs. We're hinging forward to triangle pose. So take it forward. Drop your left hand down either to the mat or to your block, wherever you need to be, extending the right arm up and turning from your upper body, not forcing it from your hips. Look up if you can at that right hand. Again, we're in triangle. Bringing the right hand down, moving to half moon. Remembering half moon, your left hand goes in front of the foot, right leg comes up, and it rotates from the mat, open to the front. Push through the toes, they can point or flex, whatever gives you better muscle control there. Most of your weight is on your foot, your left foot, not on your hand. When you get your balance there, extend the right arm up. Push through the fingers, through the toes. Look forward if you can. Okay, bring it down to the mat. Lower the back foot down into pyramid pose. Try to completely put both heels onto the mat. Both legs are straight. And drop it down, monkey. Push into the palms. Drop the head. And walk it forward. Deep lunge stretch. Shoulders down, chin and chest left. And roll it back, hamstring stretch. You remember here you have options. Option 1, staying on the knee. Option 2, your blocker blanket on your calf, sitting back toward that. Or option 3, not using anything and going all the way back to the foot. Okay, remember to lead with your chest, keeping the back straight. And bring it back up to monkey. Lift back to pyramid. Now we're going into a pose called needle pose. The hands stay directly around the foot, so not shifting forward. Both legs stay as straight as possible. Use the blocks if you need them. Okay? If you're using the blocks, you would place them underneath each hand, whatever level you need them to be at. Okay? Needle, again, is called needle because it's straight. So you're extending your back leg up as straight as possible. Try to keep the knee facing the mat. In other words, don't let it roll open. Chin and chest down towards your left thigh. And bring it back to the mat and step it back, downward dog. Just walk the dog. And come down to all fours, push back to child's pose. And push back up to downward dog. Taking your right leg up this time. And extend it forward to your lunge. Opening your back foot. Bring it up, warrior one. Remember to push through the fingers, through the toes. Activate the inner leg. Turn the back foot out further, warrior two. Active arms and legs. Forearm to the thigh. Extended side angle. Remember here, if you need more, you can drop this hand down to the block or to the mat. And bring it back up, warrior two. Pull the back leg in just a little bit. Straightening both legs, hinge forward, drop it down to the block or the mat, extending to triangle pose. Again, making sure that the hips are not pushing back away from you, that they're tucked under you, shoulders are rotating, arms are stacked. Look up to that left hand if you can. And bring the hands back to the mat, moving to half moon. Right hand comes to the block or the mat in front of you. Left leg extends up, rotates outward. Left arm comes up. Look forward when you can. Hands to the mat. Take the foot down. Pyramid pose. And drop to monkey. Bring it forward, deep lunge stretch. And roll it back. Remember your 3 options here. Use the one that fits your body the best. Always lead with the chest. And bring it back up. Back to pyramid. Straight legs, heels down. And lift to needle. Remember your hands stay directly to the sides of your foot. Left foot comes straight up. Use the blocks if you need to. Try to keep that left knee facing toward the mat, not rolling outward. And bring it back down. Step it back. Downward dog. Come down, all fours, to child's pose. Okay, go ahead and bring it up to the knees. And we're learning this next pose with your blocks, so go ahead and collect both blocks. We're going to inch our way into this next pose. If it's uncomfortable on your back, then stay with the blocks. Okay, the first thing we're doing is just a half camel. Okay, half camel. Your hands go at the lower back, thumbs on the sides. Now, again, you're not pushing from your lower back. Okay, you're not going to do that. That would injure your back. You're going to open up through the chest area and arch through the upper back. Okay, so more of the bend is happening up here than down here. Okay, so hands are at the lower back. Knees are about hips width apart, and so are your feet, directly behind your knees. Okay, you're hinging, dropping the head back, opening the shoulders, opening the chest. Now when you need to come up, you're pulling from your core muscles up, okay? You're not hinging to the knees and bending onto the knees, okay? So keep your knees protected. Again, you're arching from the upper back, looking back, breathe. And bring it back up. Go ahead and head to child's pose. Okay, just roll up to a seated position and pay close attention to these instructions. The first thing you need to remember is that anytime it cuts off your breath, then you've gone too deep into the pose. So ease out of it and then work your way back toward the pose. Okay, so remember, the breath is cut off, you've gone too deep, come out of it just a little bit. Okay, work your way into it. Don't just throw your body into it or force your body into it. Okay, also between each attempt into camel, you're going to go into camel and then you're going to come back to child's pose. That just reverses the direction and relaxes the back so that you can go back into it and get a little deeper each time. Okay, go ahead and come up to the knees. Make sure your blocks are back there by your ankles at the highest level for now. You're going into what you just did, that half camel, except with the hands here, they're going to come down to the blocks. Okay, so coming down to the blocks and arching back. Again, most of the arch from the upper back. Pull from your core to come up, and then sit it down in child's pose. Bring it back up, shortening the blocks wherever you think you can go to, the level that's best for you. Keep them where they were if you want. Bring it back up to the knees. Make sure your feet are aligned with your knees, arching from the upper spine and hinging back to the blocks. Again, pull from your core to come up, and then sit it back, child's pose. Breathe deep through the belly. And bring it back up. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate without the blocks, full camel, so you know where we're going with this pose. You're reaching toward the heel area. So instead of the block, you're reaching to the heels. So again, work at your own pace. Do the best you can. Push your body without overextending. Okay, if you're going into full camel, again, you're arching from the upper back first through the chest, hinging back, reaching to the heel and the opposite heel. Shoulder blades reach toward each other. Drop the head back if you can. And then pull from your core, coming up, back into child's pose. Okay, so you work where you need to. I'm going to give you a few minutes here to work either with the blocks or attempt the full camel. It's your choice. Try to work your body as far as you can. Okay? Again, pay attention to your breath, making sure that you can still breathe. If it cuts your breath off to look back, then just gaze straight up to the sky. Okay? Go ahead and do your version of camel. Keep working with the pose just for a couple of minutes. Keep working with it. Okay, after your last child's pose, we're moving to dolphin here. So you're on your forearms, lacing your fingers, tucking that bottom pinky inside to give your hands a flat surface. Curl the toes under and move to dolphin. Feet are together, head is off the mat. Should feel that through your shoulder blades, through the biceps and triceps, and a stretch into your calves. You walk it out, dolphin plank. Body is flat. Back up to dolphin. Back out to dolphin plank. Now from here we're going to work our core muscles, our obliques. You're just lifting the right knee to the left elbow and then left knee to the right elbow. Just back and forth, try to keep the tailbone down. Moving slowly, tailbone down, body is still flat. Twist as much as you can. Good. Move back to dolphin. And lower down, child's pose. Bring it back up to all fours. Cat lift and cat. Okay, push to downward dog. Shift forward to your plank. We're opening to a side plank. Okay, just as in plank, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You'll keep that same idea in side plank. Take your left hand to the center of your mat, right underneath your shoulder, and you're going to rotate up to a side plank. So you're on your left arm. Stack your feet if possible. Right arm shoots straight up. Okay, if that's really difficult to do, you can split your feet at the bottom. Push into the palm, into the index finger that's on the mat. Your other option here would be to drop the left knee into side plank. This is your modification, modified side plank. If at all possible, come off of that knee. Next step, again, cross the feet, both feet on the mat. Final step, stacking the feet. Work wherever you need to. Push into the palm of your left hand. And move back to plank. Push to downward dog. Hold in downward dog. And shift forward to plank. Working the right side now, so the right hand comes to the center. Underneath the shoulder, you're rotating open to your side plank. Stack the feet if possible. Again, your other two options, taking both feet to the mat, or right knee down to the mat. Okay, remember, if it's at all possible, you're coming up to full side plank. Now you want this whole center of your body engaged. It's tight, okay? No sagging hips. Push the hips up, reach the arm up. And bring it back to plank. Back to down dog. Lower down, child's pose. Okay, roll all the way up to a seated position. Cross the legs. Good posture. And take it over one side, one knee. If you need to, hold that other leg down to keep it from popping up off of the mat. And around to center. Deep belly breathing. And over to the other side. And bring it back up. Switching the cross of your legs. Good posture again. And again, fold to one side. Out to center. And over to your other leg. And bring it back up. Okay, your next new pose is called plow. Okay, you've probably done this pose when you were a little kid. Work your way into it. Again, if your breath is cut off, that means you've gone too far. So back off of it a little bit if your breath gets cut off. Again, we're going to inch our way into it instead of just throwing our body into it. Okay? As you come down out of the pose, remember to roll down one vertebra at a time. Don't allow your back to just fall to the mat. Okay, so again, it's called plow. Just watch the demonstration of it the first time, and then I'll walk you through it. Okay, full demo of plow. You're rolling, placing your hands on your lower back, thumbs on your sides, walking the shoulder blades together, and allowing the feet to come down above your head. Legs stay together. Okay, when you're ready to come out of it, bend and then roll down. Control it right here. That's what your hands are for. Control it. One vertebra at a time. Roll it down. If you struggle to get into that position and even get off the ground, then this is where I want you to stay. Just rolling back and forth. Try to put your hands back there to support your lower back. Roll. With each roll, you might be able to roll a little bit further and get yourself into plow. So work at your own pace. Again, your hands go on your lower back, thumbs on your sides for good support. Your elbows come toward each other as your shoulder blades reach for each other. Okay? In other words, not here, but here. Okay, work at your own pace. Hold that position if you can get into it as long as possible. And then when you come down, just stretch it forward, use your strap, and then go back into plow. Okay, so a couple minutes here. Work again at your own pace. Okay, try one more time into plow. Remember to breathe from the belly. And bring it up to staff pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Use your strap here if you need to. Keep the back straight. If you're not reaching your feet yet, then you need to use the strap. And bring it back up, lower it down to the back. Moving to bridge, feet are on the mat, hands come underneath you, lace the fingertips, walk the shoulders together, reach up, releasing your hands, leave your body up, pelvis stays up. Your hands are going to reach for your feet. Walk your feet in to half wheel. So half wheel, hands are reaching toward the ankles, holding on to the ankles if you can. Breathe. Push through the heels, through the glutes. Release the hands, walk the feet forward before you roll down one vertebra at a time. Once you reach the mat, draw the knees to the chest. Rock slowly side to side, massaging the spine. And back to center. Extend both legs, wrap your arms around the legs, or if you need to, take the strap, wrap it around the legs, and pull. This isn't really a stretch here, you're just letting the hamstrings and the legs relax. And lower it down to the mat. Extend your legs. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale down. Again, inhale up. And exhale down. Bring the right knee up. Take your hips over a few inches to the right and spinal twist over to the left side. Now here you're taking the right leg across the body to your left. Remembering that your twist comes more from your upper spine, not your lower back. So try to keep your right shoulder or right arm down flat on the mat. Look to the right if you can. Breathe deep. And back to center. Left knee comes up. You're shifting a few inches over to your left. Drawing the leg over to the right side, keeping your left shoulder down on the mat. And look to your left. And back to center. Good, extend the legs again. One more big inhale up. And exhale down, placing the hands at the belly. Find your best relaxation position here. You have several choices up to this point. Just focus on your breath. Hopefully it's more relaxed now than it was at the beginning of our yoga session. And roll to your right side to fetal position. Just hold there for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, push into that hand, come up to a seated meditation pose, and then move on over to your guided relaxations, your meditations. Pick one of those tracks and relax just a little bit longer. Okay, have a great day. I'll see you next time.